Okay, so I'm very excited about this. The fact that you all will be singing Rainbow Connection for the World of Color for Disney's 70th celebration.
Yes.
What does it mean for you all to, number one, get asked to be a part of this, and number two, to be singing this song?
Wow, well, we all grew up, obviously, we all grew up on the song. It was one of those songs that just gave you that energy, and everybody loved Kermit.
What was your connection?
Well,
to
when I was a kid, I used to, in my hood, it's weird, but, you know, every now and then, you know, when everybody's hanging out, there's like this wall and this old abandoned house that had this wall, and my mom had got me a little Kermit puppet. So every now and then I'd go behind the wall with my puppet and I'd sing it in the song, oh, there are so many songs about rainbow. So for me, it's real personal.
Look what it's done so far.
Oh, there are so many.
While we gotta give props to Nathan Morris for that spot-on Kermit, when Boyz II Men all come together to sing this beloved Disney classic, you know there's gonna be harmony.
When I used to listen to it, it made me kind of sad. As a child, like to hear something that slow and that melancholy. You know, you don't mean to be introspective as a 6-year-old. Like that made you kind of think about life as you're sitting eating your Fruit Loops. So it's like, you know, but yeah, it was one of those great, yeah, if you want to call it, what these kids call it, a slapper, it was a Kermit slapper.
A slapper. Kermit banger.
It was a Kermit banger.
Only E.T. was in the recording studio with this legendary Philly trio leading up to the debut of their new version, which will play during California Adventure's World of Color Happiness spectacle. The nightly show includes a brilliant array of fountains, dynamic lighting, colorful lasers, fog, and flames.
So many people have covered it. I mean, Gwen Stefani.
Have you heard voices
Barbara Streisand.
that keeps us stargazing?
What's the spin that Boyz II Men is going to put on the song?
It'll have harmony type swells and moments where you know it's us. We kind of do our little Boyz II Men acrobatics, which makes it slick. So yeah, I mean, you can't do but so much to this song because we're very conscious about when we do covers to not do it too much.
Right.
Just to try to maintain the integrity of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want people to still feel the same, but just get a bit of a oomph, you know, that gives it
We
a
know
difference.
it's y'all when you open your mouth.
Just a little Larry's season song.
A little
that's all.
Larry's.
Yeah, that's it.
We're celebrating 70 years of Disney. It really is the happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
What is it about Disney and that magic that you were talking about that just brings us all the feels like when we're at Disneyland?
I personally think it's the music.
A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
It's always going to be the music for us, probably, because that's what we gravitate to first, you know what I mean?
Favorites?
As far as characters?
Yeah,
or?
just music, like favorites.
Oh, music?
The bare necessities of life will come to you.
Bare necessities.
Ooh, the
Yeah.
simple.
Bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities of Mother Nature's recipes will bring the bare necessities to life. That's me.
That's bomb. Donald was my favorite character.
Donald? Yeah.
Because he was like, he always, I'm always kind of the guy that roots for the underdog. And Donald always used to get done dirty.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, I always like Donald, yeah, because it's like, I know Don, I feel you, bro. I feel you. That's my guy, though.
Disneyland Resorts celebrating 70 years. I mean, you guys haven't been in the business for 70, but you definitely have that kind of staying power, that longevity. So what's the secret when I'm talking to you about decades in this business and still being relevant and still, you know, making incredible music?
I think that it's just, you know, strictly staying true to yourself. You know what I mean? We were born and bred in Philadelphia High School for Creative and Performing Arts. Of course, Philly, the sound that we were brought up in, it became like the moniker of our, you know, existence.
There's nothing better than a Boyz II Men harmony. It just is nothing better. There's really nothing better than. There's nothing like yummier, sexier. It's true.
Yeah.
I know y'all might not want me to call you yummy,
No,
but
You can call me whatever you want.
That's a first.
I take it every day of the week.
you see,
That's not a cliche compliment.
The music, the time, and the emotions of the era that we came out in.
Right.
There's staying power in that era.
what do they say? If the love ain't like 90s R&B, I
There
don't
you
want
go.
it.
There you go.
I
Because it's
don't
not the
want
same.
it.
It's not the
Yeah,
same.
I don't want it.
Yeah, that's real.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
You're also working on a biopic, I understand.
Yes, we are.
Okay, can we talk about this? First of all, who you would love to see play you all.
I haven't really thought of.
I
I
don't
mean,
think-
Because you've got like the decades of maybe you have to have the young and then
I guess
Yeah.
for us, we're focused more on the story, and then eventually we'll get into the who should play what, but the story is extremely important.
What
to
can
us.
you tease me about what you want to share that maybe we don't know?
well, yeah, okay.
I would just say just the real.
Yeah.
It's going to be real.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, there's not really much information out there about Boyz II Men. We weren't in the internet age to where, everything we did in our lives was publicized right after we do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to, it has to delve into those moments. You understand? Everything you've seen, that's not important. It's what you haven't seen, what went on in the back rooms. And
Maybe
what
that's the
went on in
tagline.
Yeah.
Everything you've seen, you haven't seen.
No, yeah.
Exactly. So it's
Yeah.
it's really a chance for us to just tell our story, individually and as a group, because there's a lot of things that happen individually in our lives that brought us to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just say that a lot of people know us for the persona that we exuded, which is part of us.
Yeah.
We're studious kids.
Yes, clean
that
cut
wore
kids from Philly. Yeah, that's
but make no
image.
mistake, we're from Philly.
Oh.
And we are from the ghettos of Philly.
So it's one of those things where it's like, just like kind of Juan kind of led on to, don't get it twisted. Like there were a lot of things that we had to endure and had to fight, whether figuratively or otherwise, to get to certain spots.
And there may be some things in here people may think is unbelievable because of the personality
want
that
me
they
to-
know of us. I mean, what they know of us from what they know, they may
Sure.
be, that ain't. But we won't. We're not putting anything in here that is not what it is.
It's the real.
Oh, 100%.
So while the biopic continues to develop, they're also gearing up to return to Vegas for a 2-week residency in August. But we gotta get the tea on what it was like recording last year's holiday collab with Travis and Jason Kelce. It's Christmas time in Cleveland Heights.
Must have been years since I've been home.
I want you to rate the vocals, 1 to 10.
We ain't gonna do. Okay,
I can.
let's put it this way.
He
Hey, man.
I can do it.
Yeah, Wanyá
That's
said
like
he's gonna
them
do it.
rating me playing football.
There you go.
You kidding me? I'm going to rate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Rate it.
In Cleveland Heights.
And I'll say this. They have voices, which is good. You know what I'm saying?
much everyone has a
Because
voice.
it was,
All human
and they exercise their voices to the best of their ability to relay the message of that song.
They did the best they
It was
could. How about that?
nostalgic.